Mhm. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time it is or what time you're watching this video. And today, it is a starry night as we join Ren in another one of the installations of Vincent's Tale. I am very excited. I hope that you are too. I know this has been out for a while. Things have just been crazy busy, but I'm very excited to get into this. I hope that you are as well. Love you all. Let's jump right in, shall we? Let's go. And before we even start, before the video even starts, take a look at the shot. I really like how this shot is almost like it makes it look like Ren has horns, right? And that's intentional. It's because once you've been incarcerated, a lot of the time that there's a lot of stigma that follows you. But on top of that, the psychology of it is you start to feel like you're a devil, like you're demonized, right? And obviously for some people, like they've done some very dark things, and deserve some of that apprehension towards themselves. But sometimes, like if even once you move past it, you're still stuck in it, right? Once you've grown beyond that, you're still stuck in that mindset. But the initial, this what we're seeing here is, as he's trying to look out this window, nothing is clear to him. Look at it, it's foggy. And then he also has these horns coming out, which is almost like a reflection that he's feeling on himself, of feeling like this evil person. And that's such a great way to open this shot. Dude, even that's like closing the window on the future. That's crazy. Oh, okay. Ooh, I love how it muted a little bit. Dude, this beat is fire. Dude, sorry, even is it all gonna be a cappella? I'm gonna love that. But even this right here, think about what's happening here. He's going from a level above to a level below. It's almost like he feels lesser of himself. And as he's joining this group down here, and that's such a metaphorical feeling, because it's like you feel like you become a lesser human, right? Like a lesser person. And that's why you're going down a level. And even then we go back to the idea of like the devils, like you're literally going into the depths of hell. That's crazy.
How do I begin? Wait a minute, I know. Step one, I repent. Step two, let me go. No, three, maybe I show you remorse for my crime. Fuck that, let me speak my mind. So allow me to introduce myself to your manifestation of everybody in this room. Ever felt discarded by a system that's regarded to be something for the people, but the people disregarded, it's retarded. Putting all the power in the palms of the heartless. Lions don't care when chewing on carcass. Homeless levels rise and the politicians pardon. Slave labour wage docking pay for the farmers. Britain, Great Britain, you're a slave. Great Britain, tax bracket rise, grow. Give a tax break for a suit and tie on the low. Well, the everyday people getting fucked till they broke, so let me unload, I'm on a roll, I never vote, rigging the polls, Britain the road, who to control when there is no food in the bowl. It's a low blow, representatives don't show empathy, plain to see, represent me, no soccer. Britons break backs just for bread and butter. Fuck the PM, did they stutter? In the PM, there'll be bodies in the gutter. Blood-stained hands, milk our poor land's udder. 9 to 5, can't survive away just to work in a job that can't provide. It's by design, my hands are tied, I climb that, on this that, how the fuck can I pretend it's fine? The water is never wine. The pig steps to the slaughter before your eyes. It's for the new world order.
Oh my god.
Mind, court of law, a horse who will bend for bribe. All the while.
Bro, let me pot. Oh my god. Oh, holy smokes. Okay, so couple things. One, I love. Remember, okay, we talked about this a little bit last time at the start of the bedroom. It's like Ren often considers his mind almost like a palace, right? Like almost like a prison or a home. Like the way that NF kind of talks about Psyche is like he visualizes a mansion. For Ren, a lot of the time when he was trapped in his bedroom, he felt like he was in a prison. And this means it's a metaphor for a social kind of organization in a way too, right? Now think about how he ended up here. he ended up here because he was struggling with the world outside, because things were getting difficult, things were getting hard, in the sense that like you can't possibly keep up with what you need to survive, because like you don't there's no way to make enough money sometimes to keep up with the things that you need, the necessities. And even if you look at inflation and all that, like in terms of like the amount of money that the average person makes on a day-to-day basis is not enough really to prosper and to grow and to really enjoy life sometimes. And that's kind of what led to this point here, because it was like almost like him striking out against that standard, right? But wow, a couple things. One is like he really narrow lasers in on like the fact that there are other people who are in power, who have the ability, who have the money to change things, but they don't, because it sustains their system, which is they get to be enjoying the best parts of life, and they end up reaping many benefits that people on the average person will never see in their lifetime. We're seeing so much of it around the world right now, so many problems that exist, and a lot of it stems from unequal distribution, which, not to say that everything should be like communism or anything like that, not necessarily that, but like the idea that there's so much of a gap between even like middle class and upper class now. But that's not even considering like when we think about like those who are in poverty, right? That's not even considering that. This is considering the average person versus those who have too much, arguably. And if you just the expectation that those who have like who don't have that level up here are supposed to somehow compete for scraps that are being given by those people that are up here. And that's crazy. And I really, really like the way the music is being set up here, because as Ren is coming down, they have their own rhythm, right? They have their own beat. Ren effortlessly joins in because he's been experiencing the same thing they have. He even says it. He's like, I'm going to be the voice of the people in this room. And he's not talking necessarily just about the prisoners here. He's because the prisoners here are almost like a metaphor for those of us trapped in the cycle. And he slowly starts building this like rapport with them, and beginning to basically voice their opinions in a way that everyone's like, yeah, you know what, I kind of agree with that. And then they start joining in almost on his rhythm. It's even in the way that the voices in the background of the song are starting. At the beginning, it almost sounds like one or two people. It's like and then later on now here, it's almost like a bunch of them joined in like a choir. And it's like now, because he's voicing the opinion that they feel, they're all starting to join in on the song. It's almost like he's starting to begin a revolution. And I bet this is where this is the direction this heads in. It's a prison riot, because the people that are keeping you imprisoned, and the metaphor here is not just like the prison warden or the guards, it's those in power who seek to continue to reap the benefits while giving back only those scraps. They don't want there's going to come a point where there has to be an uprising, and that's kind of what we're seeing here manifest through the song. But it's going to be a prison riot as opposed to like a riot outside of the prison, which should have been society. But it's almost like that's what he's trying to get across here. I love the unification of those voices in the song itself that really drives that message home. It's like now as people start to join together, we start to see more of a change. Also, I love that he has his phone in prison. That's wild. I didn't even realize that as I was talking, but I want to go back. Listen to how the way the voices are coming across changed.
People get fucked till they broke, so let me unload. I'm on the roll, I never vote, big in the pose, Brit in the road.
See, now he's controlling the beat.
It's a low blow,
And they're all joining in.
Show empathy, plain to see, represent me, no soccer. Britters break backs just for bread and butter. Fuck the PM, did they stutter? In the PM, there'll be bodies in the gutter. Blood-stained hands, milk up all lands, other. 9 to 5,
hear this?
can't survive away just to work in the
It's almost like many voices joining in.
Design, my hands are tied, I climb that, on this that. How the fuck can I pretend it's fine? The water is never
look at that. Oh,
to the slaughter before your eyes is for the new world order. Except our minds, court of law, a horse who will bend for bribe. All the while,
dude,
watch reality TV, sleep easy, wake and repeat the cycle. Are you taking the Michael? Better beat it up. City full of sheep tweeting on the social media. Tabloid twisting tails and it's causing mass hysteria. Polarise the people, never by the hand that's feeding you. When it comes to war, they'll be calling for you, needing you. Fighting for a cause that wasn't yours, then leaving you. Hyperpolar.
Bro, that's so bars, because it's like, yeah, until something is needed, you don't matter. And it's like oftentimes there's these distractions, like it's like, oh, polarize the sides so that they're fighting each other as opposed to unifying together. in order to overcome the true problems in society, often the true enemy, which you can think of as like the upper class in the sense. And I love that, because he even said, he calls it out here. He says like, yeah, you're on your phone, like you're not even paying attention, because it's so much easier to just slip out of reality and dissociate into your phone or into your media, into social media and all that, than it is to kind of come face to face with the uncomfortable feeling of this existence the way that it is right now not being sufficient for everybody. And I love that he puts that in there. Dude, this is so fire. Oh my god.
They'll be calling for you, needing you, fighting for a cause that wasn't yours, then leaving you. Hyperpolarizing the left and the right. Are you woke? Are you racist? Black? Are you white? Are you all for the Brexit? Make a swift exit. The NHS rots. Where was tax directed? Look, there goes another fucking puppet elected. Dance, little puppet dance, but the neglected. Unity from true flies come to be expected. Sever head of Hydra, two parties resurrected.
Oh, sever head of Hydra, two parties resurrected. Or are erected. I don't even know, but that's perfect, because it's like it's often a two-party system, and it's like that they're not even necessarily a different creature. They still want the same outcome, and they're born from the same original space of greed and like kind of living off the suffering of others. So they're literally born from the same place. You sever the first one, and the idea seems to have gone. It seems to be like the evil is gone. But we just started a new evil, and now it's just two heads, two different sides of the same coin. Whew! Oh, Ren. Oh my god.
See from true flies come to be expected. Sever head of Hydra, two parties resurrected.
Oh, resurrected. That's even better.
Yes, I am though.
Dude, even that, like that even has meaning, because it's like that's like you're using like, you know, like I forget what it's called, but when you got the disc jockey going, you know, he does it much better. But that's almost like you're remixing, right? And it's like, think about the metaphor there. It's like, yeah, all you've done is you've taken one evil, crushed it, and then you remixed it into this new version with just the two heads. Dude, oh my god.
Yes, I am though. Malevolent, degenerate, delegate. Incarcerate the truth, keep it separate. The fabric of society is deadlocker. They don't want me in the room, I'm the elephant. Let's go. I guess I was fucked from the get-go. Wrong place and wrong time, guess so. Wrong planet, wrong mind. Guess you could say I was destined to break, because I get no satisfaction.
Dude, even this is like the awakening of these thought processes, right? This idea that the world is not okay the way that it is. And look at how he gets treated as he starts to speak out about it. And he even recognizes himself that this is like, he's born in a moment where he has to challenge that change, or sorry, yeah, challenge the way that things are to result in that change, and that he's going to suffer for it. And so he's like almost born in the wrong time, because he wishes in a way that he was born in a time where things were more fair, but they're not. And you have to recognize that that's the case in order to start moving towards a place where things are better. And so he has to do that now, and he ends up taking a beating for it, literally and figuratively and everything, because he's trying to create change. Whew.
I guess you could say I was destined to break, because I get no satisfaction. I roll stoned, ETAs with ET, I phone home, ETC, don't blink, life is gone. Time don't wait, the show must go on. In London underground, come rain and thunder. Junkies, drunks and punks stung by the hunger. God is good until life push you under. One by one become cold like the tundra. One by one cast out like pariah. Sever head from body, so body bow to Messiah. Boy cry wolf, everybody soon expire.
Sever head from bodies of oh my god, because it's like, yeah, you literally have to stop thinking in order to become part of this machine that exists right now and the way that people think. And it's like that you, in order, and by doing so, by removing your critical thinking and conscious thought, you become someone who bows down. And it's like, but beyond that, it's also, you literally lose your head if you do try to stand up. So they try to separate your own thinking from or like the thinking of the collective, and moving to progressive, or not even necessarily progressive in like the political sense, but like progression, the humanity sense. Because if you think like that, then that means that those people who are in power, something, they're not going to stay in power probably, because the power scales are so unbalanced. And because you're doing that, you're going to lose your head. It's either you lose your head figuratively in that sense that you stop thinking from that perspective, or literally where they remove you from the equation so you can't spread that kind of thought. And so either way, you're bowing down to the power structure, because it's like either you if you can't beat them, join them, and join the thoughts, the general way that society is progressing, or if you try to stand up to them, they will remove you. And in that sense, you are bowing down either way. Damn, bro.
Sever heaven body, so body bow to Messiah. Boy cry wolf, everybody soon expire.
Run, little liar.
Hey. Is that Money Gear?
There's no democracy.
Bro, I don't know if you can see it, but like I got like actual goosebumps. Oh, that was beautiful. And that was a very transformed version of what we usually hear. I want to go back just to hear that from the start. That was gorgeous. Holy.
Cry wolf, everybody soon expire.
Run, little liar.
Some familiar faces in this crowd.
Democracy ain't corporate lobby free for all. Democracy ain't rich boys, silver spoon seniors. Democracy ain't eating up a lie then forgiving you. Democracy ain't choosing between herpes or chlamydia. Democracy, hypocrisy, a synonym entwined. Take a baby, then deliver him, position him in line, and then imprison him.
Take a baby, then deliver him, position him in line because he's just next. He mentioned earlier about pigs in the slaughter. He's just the next one in line to be slaughtered, and he doesn't even know it. He's a little baby because he doesn't know he's becoming part of this system that's already so broken. And this is what Red is talking about in this moment. But it's like you're literally almost from birth, you're set up to fail because you're set up to be part of this machine, part of the metaphorical slaughter and almost literal slaughter of people who are caught in the vicious cycle of the current standing of society.
Medial democracy, hypocrisy, a synonym entwined. Take a baby, then deliver him, position him in line, and then imprison him, condition him in schools, make him blind. After they christen him, the Father, Son, the ghost, we're not the mind. We are divine, we lose potential.
Bro, and I love that he's like saying like sometimes religion is even used as a tool there too. But going back to like what we were talking about earlier, he's saying imprison him, and that can be in the literal sense where someone gets to the point in their life where they literally cannot do anything but turn to crime in order to make up for the things that they don't have. But it's also beyond that where it's a social idea, where it's more of like the metaphor of you're imprisoned in the system again, and that's such a bar. Oh my god.
After they christen him, the Father, Son, the ghost, we're not the mind. We are divine, we lose potential when we gravitate to greed. We are benign, we turn to cancer.
Oh, the shadows are...
We are designed to be magnificent, we waste that when we walk. Starry night, height of Vincent, inside cell block 44. I fought a war inside myself, the war of every working man. The war of what's and why's and how's, and when's the time to take a stand? And who's the one to put me in my place? You, or is it God? It's compliance, staying silent. If defiance comes from love, I come from love. I come from hope, I come from truth, I come from trust. I am the last remaining push inside a world that turns to dust. Against the people so determined all to die. And for what? Love of power, love of money, love of ego, love of lust. What about love for the sake of love? What about really loving us? But I mean really loving us. That means that I, the me, myself is you, and so we're we in one. And there's never separation while we're moving round the sun. For the cell of every sentient, it shares a single song. And that's the song of sweet creation. Do you hear the minstrel strong? For there's more to music. Life is music, music is the tongue. In the mouth of Mother Earth, and her heart beating is the drum. Hear it, hear it, hear it. That's that thunder in your chest that lets you know that you belong. We are one, we are one, we are free to one song. Something better, yet reset so we can all live on.
Oh. I love how happy Vincent is, but it's not like happy. It's almost like expecting this, you know? Oh.
Vincent.
Oh my god, dude. That made me emotional. Like genuinely, this is a ride. This is quite the experience, and this is only a part of Vincent's tale. It's just this whole thing's been so awesome. This whole thing's been so powerful and so moving, and it's almost like this is leading up to the culmination of everything we've been seeing, because this is truly him, Ren, giving us the message that you've been told, that you've almost been convinced that the enemy is each other, and it never should feel that way. It really shouldn't. And you almost feel like you've always been alone. And that's what that initial moment where Ren is in the spotlight actually is. It's him alone, with no one around him, right? And then you start to see these shadows crawling in as he starts to begin to think about like people as a whole working together, supporting each other. That's the real power. And it's like almost like those shadows of the individuals you thought were bad, those people that you thought were against you, were never against you, because as you look and you see, he actually starts reaching out and holding hands with even the people who are made of that shadow, because we're not actually on opposite sides. We're supposed to be on the same side, and yet we've been sold a lie that convinces us to stay in these lines that are imaginary. They don't exist, but they do exist because we believe them to exist, and then thus society is formed, and then you fall in line, literally becoming an enemy for those who are not at all. We shouldn't be. We should be supporting each other and finding ways to move forward. And even he comments on like Mother Nature, Mother Earth being part of that music, and it's like, yeah, we're destroying the planet at the same time, and that's not how this was intended to be. Nature, our human nature has always been a social one. It's always been supporting other members of our species, and not even just our species, other organisms as a whole, in order for progress to be made, because without it we turn to nothing but chaos, calamity, and terror, right? Like that's what it becomes, because that's what it feels like when everyone feels like an enemy. And that's what he's trying to say in that whole situation there. And I love that I mentioned like back at the start about the bedroom, like when it started off, that's his brain. It almost feels like that prison. This is him starting to realize like he's been keeping his own like almost like the light that we think about. And I think now going back to it, that's him, his candle, his thoughts of support of everyone else, that love, that love that exists, that is really what we're seeing here, like when he's wearing that all white. And it's like those are the thoughts that he had to imprison, and now that he's finally letting them free, letting them take power, you can see they're attacking those who are actually in power and targeting those. And if you keep in mind the color scheme, they're wearing all black, which often represents evil. And then when you get to all the levels of that, it's like almost like once those are quelled, once the people that have been dealt with, there has to come a point where we realize that they also are just part of this system. So once the system is broken, we're all on the same side. And that's the point that we need to reach, that point of almost like a nirvana of thought, right? And it's like, obviously it's so hard to conceptualize, and many people will laugh at it, be like, that's so stupid, it'll never happen. And maybe it never will, but it definitely won't if people don't think it will, because that's basically the self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe something that is going, if you believe it's not going to work, there's a much higher likelihood that it doesn't work. And that's like, why even succumb to that? Why even consider that? No, instead think about the support, the love, sharing strength, becoming a unified movement, a group of people trying to support one another. That should be the goal no matter what. And that's what Ren is putting across there. And that's so good. Oh my god. And I love that like Vincent's there too, because it's like this is almost like Vincent Van Gogh was very much the person to say like the world is not fair the way that it is right now. The way that people are treated is such a big discrepancy between the highest and the lowest, and that cannot exist. And so that's kind of what a lot of his artwork became. And it's like that's what Vincent's standing there with us, almost looking around like not even super happy. There is the contentment in his expression. I want to go back and check later, but like almost like there's the expectation of like finally it's come, because it's like it's a long time coming that people, and it will it's such a powerful message. Oh, wow, man.
Vincent! 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 Oh good, he's waking up. Vincent, dear boy, I can feel your frustration, but you're in very safe hands here now. Please be patient. You see, we are the cutting edge rehabilitation. Don't you feel so excited for this new innovation? Nah, gods, what the fuck, man? I think I wanna leave. Oh, leave? I'm afraid that that's impossible, see? You see, we're part of a new program. It's a government scheme. We're making gentlemen from criminals, and that's what you'll be. With a brand new method to sort of charge and test. Like our good God's son, you'll be resurrected. What the fuck you on about? What kind of brand new method? Well, we take the frontal lobe and we kind of dissect it. With your synapse augmented with our new serum injected, it's time to recorrect the parts of you we know are defect. There'll be discomfort in your cerebellum, that is expected. Hey, if progress wants a price, let it. Guards, this one will do. Yes, this one's fine. Take him away.
And he doesn't have a choice in that moment because he's literally being dragged by life. Oh, dragged by that. Oh my god, dude, there's so much. And I love even this ending here because it's like if you push too far, if you try to create too much change, then you will be dealt with. And that's kind of what this ending feels like. And it's like he's almost being sold a new dream, a new version of what needs to happen for him to be better, for him to heal, for him to do more. And like it's preying on his lack of confidence and his belief that he's not good enough, that we had to start with the devil horns. But even he recognizes that this doesn't make sense. This stuff that you're saying doesn't make sense. And it's like what we were talking about earlier, either you bow the head one way or the other. He ends up having to do it forcefully. And that's almost what it feels like. Is like either you just move in that line, or you try to create change. And sometimes that change will lead to you being part of the misery and the loss that is expected of this of society in order to move forward, because it's either you or them, and at least it wasn't you that time. Oh my god, there's so many layers just like intertwined in every single part of the song, and in the music and in the messaging, and then even the way he plays this doctor is almost like manic, but he believes it, right? And like that's what you can almost expect of the people pushing the ideas that the other is the enemy. Is like they believe it themselves, even though it's not true. And that's crazy. And it's almost like he shouldn't be the one being taken away. It should have been this guy who was talking to him, which is probably the doctor. Oh, my God, man. Jesus. That was like phenomenal. I wasn't expecting to. How long was that? That was like almost 27 minutes. Jesus Christ. That was. I'm sorry. There was just so much to talk about. I feel like I didn't even get to talk about it all yet. But this was amazing. What a beautiful track. What a beautiful like just experience, because this wasn't just a song. This was a metaphor. This was a story. This was music incarnate. This was beautiful. Oh, Ren, my guy. So awesome, dude. I love it. I love it so much. I hope that you all did as well. I want to revisit this whole thing and kind of like dissect it more, but like this has already been so long. I apologize. I will definitely come back to this because how could I not? There's just so much still I feel like to talk about that we didn't even get to explore, because I became so enamored in listening, especially the part where the prison riot started to happen. Like that was coming. We knew it was coming, but it was so well done, especially what he said. Like there's so much meaning packed into the lyrics there that we have to go back and visit. I hope that you enjoyed. Hope that your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, and your year is better than your month. Love you all. Love each other. Love you all. See you on the next one. Wow.